A hot seller's market poses a significant problem for move-up buyers, those that have the majority of their wealth tied up in the equity of the home that they're currently living in. Today, we'll talk about one of the solutions to that problem, which is bridge financing. So here's the issue. A hot seller's market means that you very likely spend more time looking for and attempting to buy your next home than it will to sell the home that you're currently living in. That means that you'll need to commit to a purchase and therefore a closing date before you even put your current home on the market, which means you don't know when you'll close and therefore when you'll have access to the money that's tied up in your property. And the two assumptions are that one, your only source of down payment money for the place that you've bought is the money that's tied up in your current home, and two, that you're closing on your purchase before closing on your current home. And that's where bridge financing comes in. And it's called just that because it bridges the gap between those two closing dates. And it also gives you early access to the equity that you've built up in your property and allows you to pull that money out and put that cash towards financing of your new home. There's a huge caveat. You probably won't qualify for bridge financing with any of the traditional lenders like the big banks unless you can show a firm sale in place on your current home and that you can also show that you've agreed to buy a new home as well. The big advantages of bridge financing are that it allows you to buy first in a tough market, it gives you early access to your equity, and it prevents you from having to move twice as it allows you to stay in your home beyond when you take possession of the new place. But the big disadvantage is that it can be expensive. Rates can be prime plus 2 or 3%, maybe more, and there are often fees associated with setting up that loan as well. The good news is that it's not meant to be a long-term strategy. The longest bridge you'd probably get is around 4 months. So the increased expense is some short-term pain for some big gains. Now there are some alternatives to bridge financing, but they usually involve you or a family member having access to cash. And as you can imagine, a lot of people have the majority of their wealth tied up in their real estate, as I mentioned before. I'm Jamie Harnish, Toronto Real Estate Navigator with Bosley Real Estate. I want to thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you watching, and I hope to see you again. Take care.